You did not support Kevin McCarthy for the House Speaker. In the 15th final round of voting, you voted present.
Yep.
From what I understand, you were kicked out of his office. How did that go?
So I got kicked out of Kevin's office before any of this before I was even sworn into Congress, before the voting even started. And, Kevin was doing it. He was doing a checkup on people that didn't vote for him in conference. Before any of that spilled out onto national television, we actually voted in conference for who we wanted to be speaker, and Kevin won. But there were, I think, 36 of us that didn't vote for Kevin.
Why didn't you vote for him?
A couple reasons. One, Kevin's not a conservative. He's just not. Kevin, and I'm gonna do some level setting here. I'm gonna tell you, Kevin's a smart dude. He's a political animal. I know he's worked his tail off to get where he's at. That being said, like I said, he hasn't carried himself in a way in his career that would make me want to see him as speaker, because I want to see somebody more conservative who has a more conservative voting record. And then here's probably even the biggest one. I heard a lot of things when I campaigned. I campaigned for like a year and a half, traveled all over my district, met with people all the time. That was one of the number one things that people told me. Please do not vote for Kevin McCarthy if we elect you. Please
Really?
Don't do it. Because they're sick. They're sick of the status quo. They're sick of the uniparty. They're sick of career politicians. And that's exactly what they see when they look at Kevin McCarthy.
Why do you say Kevin McCarthy is not a conservative? I mean, I just want you to know that, you're completely immersed in this.
Yeah.
And most Americans, including myself, are not.
Yeah.
And I view him as a conservative. I don't even know why I view him as a conservative.
Probably because he's a Republican. So there's 435 people in Congress, usually. I think we might have 434. But within each conference, I think we have 222 Republicans, and then the Democrats, I think, have 213 or something like that. Within each group of 200 plus, you have different groups, different factions, right? On the Democrat side of the aisle, you have the Squad. They're their own radical group, and then on our side, the group that I'm a part of, the Freedom Caucus, is considered the radical group.
Okay.
Okay, and so, but what is the radical group? At least on our side, we don't want to keep spending money we don't have, printing money we don't have. Mm-hmm. And we're the guys that routinely use a lot of, for depending on how, engaged your viewers are in politics, we're the guys usually fighting against the uniparty and trying to pump the brakes and stop what's consistently going on, the status quo, if you will. Mm-hmm. Now, there are members of the Freedom that aren't of the Freedom Caucus that will routinely jump in and do the same thing. So it's not as if you have to be a member of the Freedom Caucus to do that. Like, one of the most popular politicians is named Matt Gaetz from Florida. Matt's not a member of the Freedom Caucus. Some people love Matt, some people hate him. I think he's one of the smartest guys up there. And I'm glad he's on our side. And he's not afraid to get into a fight. He's not afraid to tell people what he thinks. He's not afraid to piss off his own side. And, Shawn, I'm very concerned with the agenda of the Democrats. I'm very concerned with their agenda. but I'm probably more concerned with Republicans.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because that's the evil I know, right? I'm actually more concerned with Republicans because we should be the ones that are stopping the madness. And often we're not. You know, it's like we had a debt ceiling vote this last week. This last week. And Republicans, under the leadership of Kevin McCarthy, went and made a deal with Democrats. And that was one of the things. As soon as I won my race, I went to a Freedom Caucus boot camp. They do their own little like orientation, and they told the older guys there told me, "Hey, if you guys elect Kevin McCarthy, if you're a part of electing him, this is exactly what he's going to do." Several of them said it, and because this is what he's done for years. He's gone and made deals with Democrats. And so what did he do? There was actually more Democrats that voted for that debt ceiling deal than Republicans. I believe he had 165 Democrats and 149 Republicans. And so, that's pretty problematic.